Maybe you've felt it, that fluttering your chest every time you see Classic Plus, a wowhead post promising leaks, the desire to spend all day researching a grainy photo of the Blizzard product pipeline. You may be one of the millions suffering from Classic Plus overhype syndrome, commonly known as Copium addiction. Copium, chemical name Copium copahexamine, comes in whatever form the addiction demands. Snorted off a leaked roadmap, smoked straight from the dev tweet, or injected directly through a Twitch stream. Street names for copium are Void Crystal, Fell Snow, Sunwell Sap, Wisp Smoke, Sindor Eye Sparkle, Berserker's Brew, Farsight Powder, Ley Lines, Grave Moss, Kalimdor Cookies, Silver Moon Sun Sugar, Fade Leaf, Netherglow, Arcane Dust, and Vindicane. Phase 1 of overhype syndrome is extremely common due to its highly virulent nature among all forms of Warcraft, including Anniversary Classic, COVID Classic, Season of Discovery, and even retail. Symptoms are generally mild and can include the following: nostalgic feelings for 2004 or life before kids, a desire for the art direction to be more medieval Europe and less Final Fantasy, yearning for a time when Deathwing was an impossibly powerful dragon of old, not a rideable mount. Reminiscing about when World of Warcraft was an RPG of being an absolute nobody forging your way through a huge, open, and dangerous world instead of being a walking apocalypse with a mount collection. Recovery is not difficult if treatment is started early, which can be as simple as limiting access to Reddit, meditating while watching videos of 2019 server login queue, or looking at the Warlords of Draenor talent trees as a reminder of how things typically go. Copium dependency is separated from more serious phases, in that Phase 2 and 3 sufferers are marked by a chronic, complete, clinical inability to remember previous iterations of the hype cycle. This is where denial curdles into full identity fusion. Symptoms of advanced stage copium dependency include no longer asking, will it be good, only how good as a settled scientific fact. Hostility toward anyone posting realistic expectations, such as layering. Constructing elaborate justifications for why previous failures don't count this time. Rage quitting retail mid-raid because it's just not the same anymore. Referencing a single product pipeline leak as proof that Classic Plus will be the product they wish it to be. Belief that their vision for Classic Plus is uniquely justified, unlike everyone else's, which is just trash. Referring to Blizz as if it's a personal friend that cares what they specifically think. As Phase 2 progresses, tolerance builds, and syndrome sufferers need bigger and bigger hype events to get the same emotional high, such as Ogres and Naga being playable races, Karazhan Crypts and Grim Batol being raids, Ajara Crater Battleground getting finished. The delusions can also progress to desires that are self-contradictory. Nowhere is this more apparent than in the time requirements to hit the endgame. Take, for example, these differing design goals. Leveling should be slow so that people learn their class. This raid gear should be achievable for dad guilds. To a reasonable person, it is clear that these are mutually exclusive. However, players with Phase 2 copium addiction are unable to make the distinction and are likely to lose their children to CPS. End stage is where the delusion becomes terminal. Total detachment from outcome, pure faith. It is characterized by loss of ability to distinguish their own experiences in vanilla from those experienced by the guilds, pals for life and death and taxes. Complete indifference to the lack of any announced features. The idea of the game has fully replaced the game itself. Scheduling vacation before a launch date is announced. Spontaneous canonization of Blizzard employees as folk heroes, such as regarding Chris Metzen's return to the company as a sign that we're going back to 2004. refusal to accept a release date because a release date would mean the waiting. The only part that ever felt good is over. Vestigial hope metabolizing into unfounded generosity, such as giving away gold in other versions of the game in the belief that Classic Plus won't have tokens.
At this stage, patients' brains become able to synthesize copium directly. They've achieved a level of physical dependency where the drug and the disease are the same thing. It isn't clear how or when exactly addicts die, and more research is needed. But what is clear is the ironic torture they receive when they cross over into the Shadowlands. I'm Dr. Rick and Moore. Thanks for watching.